increase us.
Okay. That increase
because the activities of our politicians is becoming unbearable. But what is really exciting is the debate surrounding our nation. We're going to be free. Is that we're going to reform the judiciary or we're going to need external help? A very good morning to you guys. I know you like that little crying of a poor man, of some young people and the old man crying from afar, saying that this was before the Donald Trump intervention. When we were crying, and I made it clear, sir. I made it clear to you, my people, that it's either we get a reform of the judiciary, get INEC to be under the judiciary, independent to conduct our elections, or we seek external help. Of course, Professor John Small said, he that refuses a peaceful change makes a violent one inevitable. Let me repeat that. He said, he that refuses a peaceful change makes a violent one inevitable. If you don't want to change in a peaceful manner, a violent one becomes inevitable. In fact, I am one of those advocating, begging for the intervention of the international community. It is long overdue. In fact, as I was online this morning, I mean, I don't sleep that much. I was watching and listening and seeing the amount of evidence of mass slaughter of Christians in Nigeria. Tinubu, you actually complained about this in the past. Why have you been so slow about it? Is it not too late to retract? Can you fix this? Can you stop Americans from coming at this stage? I don't think so. But if you can, may God help every one of us. Nigerians, we need to be sincere about one or two things. I pray we get to that stage where we can talk to each other sincerely on what is the issue we should be talking about today. You know, our most famous judge in the UK used one word, and I never forget. He said, hypocrisy is the glue that holds society together. The glue, the gum, when it holds society together, we have to be hypocrites. Otherwise, if I pull my clothes now, nobody will watch this television, everybody will run. But before I came this morning, I covered myself nicely, cover. Nobody, you don't know what I have there, whether my pants is dirty, you won't even know. But I'm here, I'm glowing. That's hypocrisy, it's fine. It's allowed. That's what holds society together. It's acceptable. Otherwise, I was watching a very, very sensitive, it might be over-exaggerated. But in that very particular little post on Facebook, it analyzes the amount of export Nigeria makes to India and the one India is bringing to Nigeria. India apparently have over 180 well-established companies in Nigeria. One of them, you know very well, is Airtel, corn oil. I don't want to mention them. Now, if you ask, what is the export of Nigeria to India? Other than oil, it is churches. Let me repeat that. Our export to India is, okay, we export oil. In return, they refine it and sell it back to us. So we are not really selling oil to them. We export crude oil to them. Then they give us petrol. That's what we use. Other than that, our next export to India are churches. And I've been following this narrative for some time, and it just makes me wonder if this is the narrative we want to know about ourselves. Now, if this narrative is productive, it would have been okay. Why not? Why not export churches? Is the churches bringing us money? If that is the case, why don't we just turn ourselves to a country, a nation because we can be specialists in spiritual healings. Why don't we encourage pastors, groom enough of them, so they can go around the world and make money for us? That would be another source of income. After all, it's not a bad source of income. If that is the strategy, let's do it, man. Did you hear me? Otherwise, I don't know what we're doing, man. I'm confused. It's sad as I'm here. I look at the massive killing of Christians and I'm really depressed. And I cannot imagine the kind of barbaric nation we belong to. Some people think, I just heard a very sad news about Sharia, somebody crying, that actually Sharia law is in Abuja. So I'm in Abuja under Sharia law. So whatever the court of Sharia says is going to be binding on me that have nothing to do with Islam. Are we in a failed state? No. Like I said on that show, we are not just in a failed state. We are in a captured state. And you said you don't need external help. That is where I'm confused. How can somebody talk about this and you say you don't need help? The help is long overdue. And in fact, we just really need to, maybe it's very good that Donald Trump came back. Because Donald Trump did, in fact, he already mentioned Nigeria as a state of particular concern in his first time. Now, in the second tenure, he's not doing it really well. I didn't understand when Nigerians would say, Donald Trump, I'm not a supporter of Donald Trump. I wanted this lady to win, of course, maybe because she's black. I was blind to that. But thank you, Donald Trump. I am impressed. But that being said, my people, that being said, is that our challenge? Is that what we should be talking about now? Now that we have this historic opportunity, this is what I am crying on. Now we have this historic opportunity to address the challenges we are facing. Will it not be a monumental failure that our children will not forgive us if we don't use the opportunity to address the true problem we're facing us? Now, this insecurity is about, if we rate it in terms of our challenges, it will be 20%. What happened to the other 80%? Now, you guys may not get what I'm saying. I'm going to analyze it today. I wouldn't want to use the images of Boko Haram this morning and all that stuff. So because they are too depressing. So I'm going to use a very symbolic image, a very playful one that we all can relate to. And this is where I want to remember Fela right here. There was a time Fela said something. Let me add this to the stage. Fela asked, who be thief? Nobody is a thief. Who is the armed robber? By the end of the day in Nigeria, you get somebody that just stole something from a shop. We will gather him, stone him to death. In fact, we know how to kill, extrajudicial killing. Ole is dead before you get there. Fela asked, what about those using pen to steal our money? I know these guys didn't want to hear what I want to talk about today. Everybody will hate what I want to say. I don't think I will be able to go to my village if I do this, but I will touch upon it a little bit. Nigerians, we need to face this head on. Let me make it clear, the essence of this broadcast. I am of the opinion that now that we have a historic opportunity for Donald Trump to come and help us solve our problem, we must not and should not restrict it to Boko Haram. We have more Boko Harams in Nigeria. Boko Harams are in numbers. One of them are the militants in the Northwest. There is Boko Haram among us. As I'm looking at you now, you are a Boko Haram. And I'm going to prove to you today. Who is Boko Haram? Is book harmful to you? You went to school. You went to study everything. You even you are now a man of God, or sometimes you are even a governor. And you are still doing what Boko Haram is doing. Because the book you study is actually harming you. You should be ashamed of yourself. Nigerians, let's be, my daughter will say, let's be sincere. That's what Mary will always say. Let us be sincere. I ask again, has Boko Haram killed more people than hunger and starvation and the deprivation, the hospital, the lack of medical facility that is killing us? Has Boko Haram caused us more death than that one? If you agree with me that these things have caused us more death, why don't we beg Donald Trump to help us to address it now? So for me to put it in perspective, I didn't want to offend the people because I don't have some of the facts. I don't have everything clear. But the little ones I gather, I will share with you today. Let me summarize it. One of the major problems, which is 50%, is mass looting. Do you understand? Looting of our resources. And this one, as I'm going to address the issue of looting, I'm going to go even into the tourism, what we are losing out. I'm going to identify education and health. Don't forget your president died in the UK. I said that one is 50%. I've given Boko Haram 20. I don't think Boko Haram even got 20%. I think Boko Haram is about 10%. Then the second problem we have is today, I'm going to take my time a little bit to analyze our import and export. We as a nation, Tinubu know what I'm saying. The big boys know what I'm saying. The educated ones, the elite know what I'm talking about. That let us examine how much we are selling to people outside and how much we are bringing in, because that's what determines our wealth. I look at what is happening between us and China today. All I could do is just cry. The trade imbalance is unbelievable. And the only reason why people are still opening your mouth is because there is still crude oil. The only reason we are still in that country as one, there is nothing keeping us together other than crude oil. We don't love each other. We hate each other. We should not even be a country. The only reason we are still in Nigeria, the only reason Nigeria still exists is because of the crude oil. If crude oil will leave the land today, we are in war. Immediately there will be war. Because there will be nothing to export. Do you hear me? There will be nothing to export. So why are you going to be able to do all this massive import? And that is when Nigeria will completely collapse. If you guys want to pray, and you don't pray in this direction, you are the one destroying. You are actually more than Boko Haram. Now, the question I ask you, are these people your thieves? Because there was a time in Nigeria where there was this COVID. And our leaders, they were able to stock all this food that was supposed to be given to the people. The poor people heard about it. They broke the place, and this is what you see. And they are the thieves who will be thieves and not be thieves. He said some hungry people, you know, use the word hungry, or some thieves, some youth, they went and they vandalized the place. That is the language you use, sir. How can your children, my own children now, come into my house to steal my own food? Nigerian government will not even ashamed to say that our young people steal our food. It's like a father telling me, now me telling you today that my children break into my house yesterday and they break into the cupboard and they stole my pot of soup. Pot of soup that belongs to them. The question is, why did I even lock it up anyway? Anyway, we're going to discuss all that this morning. I know today is a very brief show because I have something to run immediately to. Nigerians, I'm afraid to actually talk about the show. I don't think I should. So let me try and escape it. I'm going to play with only two people because I have to skip some. And madam, not vessel. I just pick on only two people because if I pick on the list I have on my platform, I will not go home. When I forget about that place. So let me respect the sanity of my life, of my children, of the people that still I call my family, that are there for me, and try to talk about this in a more civilized manner and in a more careful way. Because Jesus Christ was not stupid not to confront the Jewish, the Romans head on, because they would have killed him earlier. So I want to look at this. Now, Nigerians, let me show you the picture of this woman. I don't know whether this is true or not, but madam, you need to defend yourself. You are in the UK with me. I'm not going to spend too much time on you. But the result that got to us, madam, is let me bring this matter. I know if you're not going to the first one. The former Minister of Petroleum, this is this very beautiful woman. Beautiful to the core. You understand? Now, the amount of money seized is almost about £100,000. Frozen UK asset is 11.5 million. Frozen UK properties is worth 11.5 million. I don't understand this. This woman, frozen properties. I don't know. I don't think we are aware of what we are talking about. If only UK have 11.5 million pounds, that money is equal to our budget, almost our budget for a year. If you times this by 2, that is our yearly budget. Madam, what do you want to do with money? I'm confused. It's not as if I'm talking now. This matter I'm talking about today, it will reach everybody, both the poor and the rich. That is what we heard. The case, the only reason we're hearing about this case is because it's in the UK. If it's to be in Nigeria, the matter wouldn't even go anywhere. So you are even stupid, madam, to come to the UK with it. You have said in Nigeria where you know they will do you nothing. They will arrest you, you will bribe them, and you go home. After all, Sokowa is at home. Is Sokowa not at home? If Sokowa were to be in UK, he would have been in prison now. What do Sokowa do himself? Oh, wow, that the place is wicked. No, leave the man alone. Okowa, did I not warn you? When you were there, when I say Okowa, stop, you said no. Okowa, but what did just start to? When I they warn you so, you know here, oh, you be my brother. Now that I'm telling you, you will not listen. Tomorrow you go look for, you will begin to say, oh, they are hunting you, they are pursuing you. Now listen. This is exactly what I told Okowa, he didn't listen. Look at this one now, this year. This woman, as you find rich. The property of this woman seized in the UK. In property, not the cash. They said it's 11.5 million, allegedly. Well, I'm sure this poor man didn't do it alone. Now let me quickly fast forward because we don't have a lot of time, like I said today. I'm skipping it so that people will not kill me. See the Baba of all. The famous, I'm skipping so that I will be able to get back to my village. That's why I'm doing this. The famous Sani Abacha loot. Wow. Shebi una dey talk of millions since. That's a joke. Abacha and his family plundered an estimated 2 to 5 billion US dollars. We are talking about this right now, 11.5 million. We think it's money. That is the kind of money the country called Nigeria have. Between 2 to 5 billion were looted from the Nigerian treasury. These are the ones we hear. These are the ones that are written down allegedly, because that the case have to be careful because when I know how to go to court. Well, thank God I'm a lawyer now. As I talk, I write them down. My sources are there. In fact, when I finish my broadcast every day, people don't know why I release my little publication. So that at least I will have a backing that I base it on that publication. And the publication is from academic report, which I will credit to the sources. Not the one I put on Facebook. Oh, everything you see me publish, I have written it for academic as an academic report, which is credited to a source. So when you come after me, I have a source for everything I bring out here. So you will not be fighting me, you'll be fighting the source. Anyway, let's go. Abacha, between 2 to 5 billion. Now, let me understand this. Who are the thieves in the country? Oh, these are the young people. These are the thieves. These are the people we should be fighting. Or today's debate, it should be about Boko Haram, who is killing some people. Yes. My brother, like I said, that is 10% of our problem. Our monumental problem is this massive looting of our money. And if we don't beg Donald Trump now, so that he will out of the whole drama, make a statement about it and at least limit it. We know it's not going to be able to stop it. It might limit it. Let me tell you. Let me ask you one question. This whole money they are talking about now, where is it? Is it in Nigeria? The money is either in the UK or in Switzerland or in France or in the United States of America. US is not a very safe haven from them. So they don't like to go to US. UK is a bad place for them right now. So they prefer going to Switzerland. And I'm sure Chinese will be a better place to go, really. Welcome to these places where they're going to accuse you. Because when I come to look at the other statistics today, you're going to see where Chinese is for us. Whether we should be celebrating China or we should be sad with China. Because for them to come out and say Donald Trump should not dare to hell with you. Not dare what? We are dying. And if you listen to me carefully, it's not the church that I'm talking about. The massive looting of our resources. Are you part of it, Mr. China? We're going to come to that. I'm not blaming China because they didn't come there to force us. They gave some of you the deal and you bought into it. So why do I blame China? But the reason I'm angry with China is how dare you tell America not to intervene? You want us to die so that we remain the home for you to exploit? Is that what you want? We're gonna address that. Nigerians, when I finish today, I want to ask you the simple question. Should we fight Boko Haram in this dispensation? It's like I have an illness all over my body. And I am trying to treat my knee, my toes that have maybe my legs are dirty. So I need to cut my nails because that's the thing that's going to make me look good. But inside I am sick. It's the one that is outside that the world is saying. That is why I'm saying to us Nigerians that maybe it is opportunity for us to say to the rest of the world, hello, stop letting these people bring our money to your place. Help us. We're not accusing them because they are not the cause. But we need to beg them to help us to repatriate this money. Because the reason these people are doing what you see now, the reason you see the kind of image I share, which is so disgusting, the reason why actually there is Boko Haram, the reason there is Yahoo boys, the reason why there is kidnapping, the massive rise of crime, is the looting of the resources that is now outside the country. Some are within. Because we do know that the big boys come to Asabana, you see the kind of hotels they have. In a state where everybody is suffering, the only person that is doing well is the one that has occupied political office. Check out. Go to Nigeria today, go to your village. The only people doing well are those that have occupied political office and are still there. How much are we paying them? Are you guys serious? Is that Boko Haram? Are those people not Boko Haram? Because they're causing you more death than Boko Haram. I'm coming, let's do it small. No sentiment today. We're going to deal with it one by one. The chief Abacha himself. If Abacha, they pursue you, my guy, you will talk through. Let me jump. Let me skip it because I don't think we have a lot of time today. Now, another area, which for me is actually 50, if you ask me, that would be 50, the corruption will be 30. But let me put this 130 today for the purpose of this presentation. Our next other problem is Nigeria is the most unproductive nation I have ever seen. And then you celebrating. That's why I want to talk to Tinubu. I don't want to bring this picture out today. You're my president, so I'm going to talk to you, sir. We're the most unproductive nation the world has ever seen, and God is angry. I don't know what you tell God when you go to church on Friday, or when you go to mosque on Friday, or when you go to church on Sunday. What do you people actually talk to God? What did you share with God? The last time I checked, God said, go and dominate the world. Meaning he said, should you be creative? He made it even clear, till the land. Unfortunately, let me put it this way first. For God to say that we are the promised land. The Bible said the children of Abraham were given a promised land. And I ask again and again, where is that promised land? Is that promised land Israel? Israel is a dry land. Because the Bible said the land is flowing with milk and honey. The only land known for me to be flowing with milk and honey is actually Nigeria. Ethiopia is actually in the desert. It's only in Nigeria you talk about land flowing with milk and honey because there's the water flowing around you. There's oil anywhere you dig. There is gold. There is oil. There's iron ore. There is no minerals on earth that is not in Nigeria. I have cried and I've cried and I've cried. And here we go. Yet, this is not a problem to you and I. It's Boko Haram. Now, let me tell you. Do you know how much we're losing? Nigeria, the only thing that will now Oyibo help us to discover. The British came and they saw oil in our land. And they are still the one drilling it and taking it away. We will sell to, I'm going to share statistics with you today. We sell to America crude. We sell crude to India. They refine and they sell back to us. We sell crude to the UK. We sell to Japan. And we sell to China today. The only thing we are selling is that thing that the British people help us to discover. And I'm confused. Now, let me use the simplest language to ask your president. Sir, other than what the British discovered, what have we as a people come out in the blessed land, in the promised land? Abraham blessings are mine. Yes, the blessings of Abraham is yours. That is true. But what have you done with it? Now, let's put this in perspective, Nigerians. Quickly. Now, Nigerian export to the United States is ranking at about $5.8 billion. The composition is 90% of it is crude oil. Crude, not refined, crude oil. Are you with me? Who discovered this crude oil? Who is taking the crude oil from the soil? It's actually the white people, not you. Not you. You don't know anything there. You'll be akpa. Even those of us that said we have oil well, we only took the oil well. They only write it in our name, so they share money for us to get some things. Even though we don't know the composite of our oil. The crude oil they're taking, you have no clue. If you doubt it, are you the one that discovered the crude oil? Do you know what is crude oil? If they show you crude oil, you know. Now, let's talk about Nigerian export to India. I'm coming up because we're going to look at our import. Our export to India is 8.2 billion. That is what we get. You see why these people have money to steal? I'm talking of annually. The composition, 97% is crude oil. Wow. 97% of what we export to India is crude oil. Maybe I should just even be matching them so I don't go back. Let's go back to America. Now, What does Nigerian import from the United States? We import. America, meaning we have a trade balance. We are even on the surplus here. We import about 2.5 billion from America. I want us to be careful today. For America, we sell them, though it is crude, though, we sell them 5.8 billion worth. And we import 2.5 billion. We are actually doing good business with America. Because in international trade, if your import is lower than your export, you are in a surplus. Meaning, if you remove the 2.5 from the 5.8, we're still at about 3.2 billion trade surplus with the United States. Now, is the United States coming to help you? I want you to listen to me today. Now that the United States is your enemy. And the reason you are doing the only reason you are able to do that is the oil. We will kill ourselves today if there's no food on the table. In fact, we will kill each other and begin to eat one another. Because that's where we're going. If there's no oil, where are you going to get the money to import? Can Nigeria raise 2-point-something billion in a year? No. Now, we're raising 5.8 billion from only America. But at least we are getting an import of about 2.5 billion. Thanks to God that gave it to us. Now, let's quickly look at India. Like I said, India, we sell them in crude. Even the other percentage is rubbish. Say 100% we sell to India. Now, let's look at Nigerian import from India. This is serious. Now, the fuel we buy from India, we don't sell them crude. We spend about 1.5 billion naira, 1.5 US dollar, 1.5 billion US dollars to buy refined fuel. So your own fuel you sell to them, the crude you sell to them, they will refine it and they will sell the worth of 1.5 billion to you, Nigeria. That's very good. I'm coming on. Now, India, the only thing they have done well really over the years is they're good in medicine. So all those pills you swallow that is killing you, that is causing you cancer, $750 million worth of that come from India every year. So the only two things come from India. Don't forget, I mentioned how many Indian companies are in Nigeria. Now, me with Indian people, they in London here. I don't know where the content is still better pass you, but where we will live. Because when I was in secondary school, my teachers came from India. They came to Nigeria to hustle. Joseph John, chemistry, taught me chemistry. Mr. Chanjahan, he taught me additional mathematics and mathematics. They were Indian and Pakistan, respectively. How come that we cannot even do, at least they've been teaching us of Nigerians, we're going to disgrace ourselves today. What is surprising to me is the amount of money that we are actually losing to India. And the only reason Nigeria have something to say is because we have crude oil. So everybody that is saying I'm a Nigerian today that is raising shoulder, Nigeria this, Nigeria that, now the crude oil when they come from my area, you know get. From what I've been saying now, how much is the Southwest contributing? How much is the North contributing to this same Nigeria? How much is the Southeast? You are the three people giving us trouble. Sorry. Let me say it in the simplest form of language. From what I've been saying, I never see how much the North is contributing to the export of the country. I never hear how much Southeast is done, how much Southwest has contributed. Now I'm talking division. This money is coming from a particular set of people. The South. I'm an honorable man if you don't know me. Our voices are not heard though. What we have in our area is environmental degradation. That will be a discussion for another day. But let's talk about Nigeria first, so that we plan for Tinubu. Apparently, the only time we ever produce a president, that's why we say, good luck, we'll go put you down, we'll kill you when we. It's what the whole nation gathered. Good luck was this, and I don't push and come out. Fine. Now, Yoruba man day now. Today, now we won't discuss. Thank God, say, in a Yoruba Muslim. Now you're going to fight Yoruba Christians. I don't know what you're talking about, man. My problem with Nigeria is a different one. I don't know about your own. Like I said yesterday, I don't know how many Muslims we have because there are no true Muslims in Nigeria. And I never know one true Christians in Nigeria. I've never seen one. If they were, then who are the people looting the money? The people I mentioned now, are they not Christians? Some of the people I'm talking about now, they know they go mosque. Maybe those people in the House of Assembly, they swore in with the Quran and the Bible. Yeah, they are the one looting the money. The people, the presidency, they took oath with either the Quran or the Bible. They are the one looting the money. You think I'm going to go to war in their name? No. Because that's not my problem. I always say to people, where's the money? As you are doing all this, your drama, all this, your calculation, I'm only thinking of where's my money. Because that's at the end of the day, that is what affects me and my children and my future. That your alala when you go do for night, it don't end because you are a hypocrite. Like I used the word today, hypocrisy is the glue that holds society together. No, let's just pretend to be Christians and Muslims. Why not? After all, we are very religious people. Yeah, why not? You know, the same way the Yoruba man will come and say, vote for me because I'm a Yoruba man. Or Yoruba man will say, vote for me, I'm a Yoruba man. You are actually a Boko Haram. Excuse me, you are Boko Haram. You are actually worse than Boko Haram. Because now that you are there, you have been looting and continue to loot the treasury. And you said, I asked yesterday, the people looting money in Delta State, I never see them to be Muslims. I thought they were Christians. Let's not go back to that. So let's go. We are talking about what we're selling to the rest of the world. So when we claim for Tinubu as a very good president, let's look at this. Let's look at China. That's why China is doing what they're doing. China is very interesting. China is very, very interesting. Come on, China, where are you? Okay, Nigerian export to China is 2.1 billion. 90% is crude. Yeah. They say 10%. I doubt it. Now, I don't want to waste time with China, but this is China own is 2.1 billion. How much do we import from China? 15.8 billion. Let's clap for China. We're importing 15.8 billion from China. That's what our net import. Our only export to China is 2.5. Again, it's coming from crude. So the only reason Nigeria can actually sit up today and talk that we are a nation is the only money coming from crude. My guy, we for don't break up since. The only thing uniting Nigeria together is not Christianity, it's not Islam, it's the crude oil. Have you not spoken to any Nigerian? It's how to get into the there and take the national cake. It's not a national cake. It's actually money coming from my area. It's not a national cake. We are caged. We are oppressed. If now your mama get the oil, if I don't break. If now Hausa man get this oil, Nigeria, they don't get us, come out from the place. Igbo man never get oil, they don't break. What happened to those of us that have the oil? We don't fit talk anything now. After us, you know what they do? They gave us all the naval base. They are in our area. They are the ones securing the oil. They paid to Apollo 4 billion to secure oil for them. In Jesus' name. My friend, let's talk. It's time to talk. We're not going to continue. My children, I see, this man, Kwame Nkrumah said something. He said he's fighting for the liberation of the African states, Nigeria and Ghana, and this and that his children will fight for the United States of Africa. That man is a visionary. My children will not be part of this your drama, this your Christian Islam rubbish. Kids are now wiser. It's our generation you can deceive into this your nonsense. My kids, you they tell them that they'll be looking at you as if you are mad. Especially the two boys having in the UK, they'll be looking at me say, is that putting food on the table, sir? That your church you went to yesterday, does it put food on the table? The only Nigerians you're gonna pretend now, oh, it doesn't matter. Hey, I believe in God. You are hungry. And the only reason you are actually being able to sit in that place is money coming from oil. That is what I'm proving to you today. There will be no Nigeria if there's no crude oil. I can beat my chest and say, nobody will carry a Nigerian passport if there's no crude oil today. And I ask you people, where's the crude oil coming from? That's a topic for another day. But how much is Nigerian government making? Now you're making this so much amount of money from crude oil. You're pumping it to import from China. I don't want that Chinese is saying, don't even go there. Because we Chinese want to lose a market of 15 point something billion. No! It's growing by the day. I'm using statistics of 2002 because when I go online, it's the one that the old one I'm using, 2022. As our 2025, it will be worse. I'm just using this to give you Nigerians an idea of people. And look at the narrative currently flowing. Boko Haram, yes. In fact, as I listen to the persuasive push on the online, and the Americans actually comment on the killing of Christianity, I was just touched. It was a clear case of genocide, yes. But I like to think more. Like I said yesterday, I'm the kind of person I'm saying, why is this happening? Not what is happening. Why is it happening? And you're going to say that it's the only people in the north that are disoriented? No. In the south, we have more Yahoo boys. They don't even have in the north. It's in the southern part of the country that we have Yahoo boys. Mr. President, you that is looking at me, you Mr. Pastor that is saying that the narrative is only about church and mosque and this killing us. What is the cause of Yahoo boys on the street? Maybe you can educate me, I don't know. If Yahoo boys don't get money from this their high taste now, and they're not going to kidnap us. Like I asked yesterday, are you sure it's the Hausa man that is coming from there to come and kidnap people in my village? These are the result of what we have created. The northerners, the northern elites, they created Boko Haram. The southern elite, they created Yahoo boys. Now, yes, there is, I don't know whether you people have statistics of the number of people that have been kidnapped for ransom. Because it's easy to look them as Yahoo boys. They're going to be more than Yahoo boys very soon. We are going somewhere. I like what he said, boy, you are going somewhere. Clap for yourself. Because that's where we're going. That's my interpretation. It may not be right. But do you think these children will stay and allow you, Akbar, that went in to become local government chairman yesterday, now you have all the money now because you just won an election, which you stole? These young boys are going to watch you come and take their girlfriend. You drive all the best car, and they'll be sitting down there looking at, they're not like me. They're going to kick your ass. They're going to kidnap your daughter, kidnap your wife, and demand ransom, and actually violate them in the bush. Deal with it right now. It's me saying it that is sad. It's me saying it that is doing you evil. But it's happening. Your wife is on kidnap. Leave your child now, whether you come with her. Now, being a politician, you build this massive fence. Your biggest fear is not Boko Haram. I'm talking to those of us in the south. Your biggest fear is the little boys around you there. It's the people in the area. You know, why are you building fence? Is it Boko Haram you're building the fence for? You're building your high fence to shade your family from the rest of the people. How long can you do that? That's my question. How long? You see, the narrative need to change. Yes, there is Boko Haram, but Boko Haram is 10% of our problem. Our problem is number one, the massive looting of the resources. Number two, we are the most unproductive nation on earth. Now, let me explain why I said we are unproductive. If all this money now, let's take the case of India. It's not as if you don't know this, but let me go back to India. Okay. Nigerian import from India. They said let's get a look at that one, $1.5 billion we used to refine petroleum products. Refined petroleum products cost us 1.5 billion only from India. I'm sure that is not where it is all coming from. Now, let me ask you this. All the schools we've been going to, can't we have refineries? And all the oil money we have been making, can't we have refineries so that at least we can refine the crude oil, the petroleum product we use, and even sell to the rest of the African countries? God has given us the petrol, He's given us the crude oil. Hey, Nigerians, is that Boko Haram too? No, explain this to me. Is that Boko Haram? The crude, you are now the refined petroleum product. Now, the reason I am owing Dangote, and every day when I see Dangote, in fact, God will continue to bless you, Mr. Dangote, because in most of these things I talk about, sometimes Nigerians will just come and prove me right. The way Peter almost proved me right, he's still proving me right anyway. The same way Dangote proved me right. I asked more than 2-3 years ago, can't my own state have a refinery? That was my idea. In fact, in my presentation this weekend, I'm even telling Urobo people that have all the, you have oil in your land, the crude oil they're taking away. Can't you have a refinery? That is the question I was asking my own Urobo people. Because it's easy for me to cry now that the federal government of Nigeria is making money from us. It's only when we have our own refinery and they say we cannot refine our own product. That is when we have problem with Nigerian government. But they've not stopped us. Instead, we are slaves. Actually, when you tell a child that you are a slave, at the point in time, the child have to accept that he's a slave. So we Yoruba people, we are slaves. The Niger Delta, you're slaves, and you've agreed, you've accepted your destiny. May God help us. Well, that's not the topic of my discussion. Let me keep it on the high level. The question I ask now is, if Nigeria is importing 1.5 billion of refined petroleum products, which Dangote is not doing, Dangote is not actually selling refined petroleum products from the same country, Nigeria, to the rest of the world. Man, anytime I see Dangote, Mona, they thank the man. No, the debate, that's why I was able very slow. I know Dangote vehicle, they do kill 1 or 2 people. I was slow to condemn that man. Because he has saved more life with the refinery than what you can think of. You cannot calculate it, my brother. And I'm going to show you. I'm using statistics today. Will it be that bad if Nigeria can at least refine our crude oil and sell to the rest of the world, so that we don't just give them oil, crude, we give them refined petroleum products, which Dangote cannot tell you how many things you can get from one crude. From the crude, what you can get. You can't get it wrong. I'm wondering now, why, even if we are borrowing money, why is it that the money borrowed is not towards that? Just to build refineries. Now that we have that comparative advantage, we have the product. If we can refine it, we are ready, we're going to sell to you. Why are we not doing that? That's why I'm not very happy with the governors of my state, of this Niger Delta area. I see them as the biggest fools of my time. Because if they're thinking well, the first thing they will do is to own a refinery. Dangote approved me right. He's an ordinary person. He owns a refinery. Oh, yeah, Dangote have all the politics. You, that is a state, Dangote is more powerful than you, or is richer than you. Make her hear. You are a waste of space. Anyway, will it be out of place, Nigeria, if we now embank on getting refineries, refine our product, and sell something to the rest of the world? Not the one they come and take from the land. God will take her from us. If you read the parable in the Bible, the people that could not use the thing, it will be taken from them and given to them, to others. That is one of the products we can give out. Like I said, I just look at this image and I was crying. Why? Because when I look at these people, you can tell that these people here are hungry. Let me show them in full so that you that is watching, you see how idiotic we are as a people. This. Can you imagine? These are hungry people. Of course, they are the criminals of the day. Why not give them a bad name? They are criminals, yes, yeah. All right? Tell me. But Nigerians, Holland, the Netherlands, the land of the entire Netherlands is not as big as Niger State. Babangida, that's where you stay now. May God bless you. As you be prepared to leave this world, it's good that you see what you have caused. Some of the things you have caused. Can you see your state alone? If we had gone into agriculture, and which is not too late, if the Tinubu government say, okay, let us do only agri, not to encourage you to, that the government of Nigeria now see as a source of income, that agri should be number 2 after the petroleum, only agri, only those 2 things will be back to normal. The last time I checked, you, Mr. Edo Governor, this new one, you be like this, your land, 9-4, the Malaysians came and they took the seed of what they planted, palm fruit. Today, they are the highest producer of oil, edible oil in the world. We are going to import it too. If I check now, we'll be importing that edible oil from Malaysia. And this is the country you're asking me to talk about, that I should allow Donald Trump to come and talk about religion, that we have a religious war. I don't think so. This is not a holy war. This is a war against criminality, against weak governance. And I said this, your action and inaction, Mr. Governor, your action and inaction, Mr. President, is what is breeding Boko Haram, is what is breeding Yahoo boys, and we will not get away with it. They're going to attack us. They're already doing that. Boko Haram is actually targeting the politicians. So I'm sure the northern politicians, if they don't give Boko Haram money, they won't move around. They are even more in trouble than me and you. The same way, the politician in the South, and even in the whole of the southern region, you guys know that your biggest fear are the Yahoo boys. They will kidnap you. I call them Yahoo boys because I don't know which one is Yahoo boys. The difference from Yahoo boys and those ones who are kidnapping us. More than one is Yahoo boys. But the kidnappers are targeting you more than me. Who is going to lose? We're all in trouble. Like I said today, Nigeria, there will be no Nigeria if there's no crude oil. The only reason why we are still calm down, why we still have money to calm down the boys, is because the little ones you are stealing, you can give them something, and when they eat that day, they will go, and they are coming back. Go and watch Demolition Man. They will be back. Nigerians, I just wish we can understand where that decrease is coming from. I wish we can say to Donald Trump, sir, we are in trouble, but our problem is really not Boko Haram. Boko Haram is 10% of our problem. Nigerians, I'm the only one saying this. I know you guys want me to say, oh, are you not from the southern part of the country? Boko Haram should come. No, that's not me. Boko Haram exists, yes. They're 10%. They are barbaric, yes. They are, in fact, I don't know where they get that ideology. Because sometimes the rest of the Islamic world will say, oh, no, this is not Islam. But I can't hear you condemning it too. Until Donald Trump saying this now, I didn't hear you, Mr. Muslim, condemning the activities of the Boko Haram. But you know why I'm comfortable? They're going to kill you first before they get to me. Because, and I'm going to tell you this, they will kill you before they get to me. Because they are not that stupid. After some time, the educated Boko Haram, they're having media now. They will now be talking to people, and the more they're going to, sooner or later, the message will move from the Christians to those who are actually causing them poverty, because that is one thing Islam will not support. By the time they read that portion of the Quran and use it to explain whoever that is causing them poverty, that person is a killer, then they will come after you. Enjoy now, you are free. But the time will come, Boko Haram message will be different. They will change the narrative from, oh, Christian is our enemy, to those who are looting their treasury, making them poor. The reason they don't have medical health care is not because of Christians. The reason they don't have good education is not because of Christians. The reason they don't have food is not because of Christians. Now, by the time they figure this out, their narrative is going to change. They will even call Christians and say, let's go and deal with these people. This is not what I'm crying to every day. We should all unite against one set of people, the slave traders of the country, the slave traders of our time. They are our enemies. And you know what is sad? I said it again and again. They're going to win the next election. Okay. Because they have the resources. They've kidnapped us. You talk of kidnappers, the true kidnappers in Nigeria are the big boys, the elite. They've kidnapped us. It's only what they say that we breathe. Anything they say we do, we do. You have been kidnapped mentally, psychologically, politically. In fact, economically, you are kidnapped. They dictate the narratives. What they say goes. And you're going to, either the Christians going to sing along. Do I have a choice? They have the instrument of government to support them. So they are not only with money. Babangida said it all. You forget that we are not only in government, we are in power. So they are not only in government, they are in power. Economic power. Sociological power. Now they're going to tell me and you that it is a religion. Do you think I'm that stupid? I don't think I'm that stupid. This message is not going down well with me. Our problem is not Islam. And you, Mr. Pastor, telling me that my problem is Boko Haram. Yes, but you, that is even at the aims of affair, that the little money the people are contributing. A widow, I saw the owner of, is it, which of the church now? That mean has shared it with us. He's making a U-turn. Now, how can a widow bring the small things that if the husband died, the little left for the children to survive, they will come and bring it to the church. You will see, take it as a pastor. And you tell him to go and pray that God will bless her. You are a criminal. You are actually, in fact, in my new research, you are committing genocide. You are a war criminal. You belong to only one place, jail. All right, listen, this is gonna be my narrative, unfortunately, before Donald Trump comes. We are waiting the coming of Jesus Christ. Donald Trump, we're all waiting. That you will not come is a lie. You have to come. And my message, my begging Donald Trump, let me end the show because I have only 1 hour today. I'm going to beg the show. I'm going to beg Donald Trump. Donald Trump, we need one help and one help only. If we can take control of government, power will come back to us, the people. Let me put it this way. Right now, power is in the hands of the very few people who have kidnapped us. Donald Trump, I beg. You know, one of my boys from my place was saying, one of the boys say, Donald Trump, he was talking to Donald Trump, say, make it not call yet to say, death and no joy. You understand? I like that boy. So I'm using my message to talk to Donald Trump. Donald Trump, bros, we are kidnapped by some set of people in Nigeria. The only word I can use to qualify them is their elites. That's what they say. But actually, they are slave masters. Now, these guys, they control us. They have the two weapons. They have the government and they've got the power. When I say power, they have the money. Because with government now, you control the money. You control the little guns and ammunition available. Donald Trump, if you come and kill Boko Haram, and the Boko Haram is gone, and these people are still there, you're actually giving them more space. Because Boko Haram is one of their problems. Boko Haram is killing Christians, but he's still killing them. The politicians are afraid. Those people that have seized the power, they are afraid. All we need to do is actually educate Boko Haram to know that it is not me, the poor Christian, that is their problem. Their problem is really that man. Those set of guys that actually kidnap all of us. We are all in cage. We are in bondage, Boko Haram. This is not about Christians. Think, my brother. A Christian is the one stopping you from getting good education. No. If you are sick, is it Christian? No. Your president, Mr. Muslim, died in UK. Why didn't he die at home? Why did he say believe in Allah? But he's telling you to believe in Allah and die at home. But in his time, he was taken to London to die. So is that a Christian? President Buhari was a Muslim, but he refused to die as a Muslim. You only buried him as a Muslim. In Jesus' name. Listen, the message is too hard, and I don't think I should be saying this. Let me keep quiet because this is too heavy. What I'm talking about today is too heavy. But I will continue to alert Donald Trump. I will talk to Boko Haram. I will talk to young people. Young people, this is not about Boko Haram. This is not about the poor kidnapping your own fellow. You guys are all in prison. Some people have imprisoned us. The people that force themselves into power and abuse the resources of the land and refuse to be productive. Those are the problem. Those are the people we need to go after. And we need to go after them by changing the result of the election, by voting wisely. But I cannot blame you and I now. We cannot do that because they have INEC. They are the umpire. So we are in trouble. If Donald Trump wants to set us free, he needs to make them lose the empire so we can vote and vote somebody we want to come to govern us. Because by the time we have one of us governing us, we will be able, we'll be in power, we have the economic power, we can be productive then. Look at it, a country that import 1.5, that spend 1.5 billion on petroleum refined product that can actually have a refinery. Dangote has proven it. What is the Nigerian government doing? Now, the export, look at how much even the last time you guys spent 10 billion to bring in food. That's why the price of food has come down now. How long is it going to sustain? When it's finished, Tinubu will bring another one. The money is coming from crude, refined crude. Tinubu not think, say, his brain never works. Say, no, we need to make food. I will keep shouting until Tinubu change. Tinubu, you are one of them. In fact, you are the boss of the kidnappers. There are no other kidnappers than you. It is not knitting down. You're not doing it with gun. But you got the power. You got the economic power. And actually, you have the police. You're in government and you're in power. That is the instrument that is needed to counter the trouble we have. But instead, you are using the instrument to do what? And now you're going to tell me, Tinubu, that you're on my side? How? All I always ask is, if you say you're on my side, sir, you're on the side of the people. Okay? The last time I checked, these statistics I shared today now, only between us and China alone. Look at how much. We said 2-point-something billion to China. China said 15-point-something billion back to us. Okay, this is what it is now. What is the plan in the next 3 years that it shouldn't be so? You know, the last time I was so angry with the governor of Delta State, and people don't understand me. You know, the first thing he came to office, he gave a contract of 70 billion to Julius Berger to construct a bridge. It would have been a good project, right? We should all be clapping for him. But stupidity of the highest order. The question I ask is, if we have been going to school for how many years, 60-something years now, Nigeria has been formed, we've been going to school. In fact, I didn't want to talk about one aspect of it today. I keep that for tomorrow when I'll be more relaxed. I'm talking of education and health tourism. Since if we've been doing this for how many years now? Why don't we still have enough people, Nigerians that can construct refineries? We don't have Nigerians that can construct bridges. Even we don't do refinery. We don't construct bridge. Oh, but Nigeria's Delta State people not construct bridge. More than obvious. Now let me ask this man. You see why Chinese is opening their mouth and talking about our problem? Because they don't mean well for us. And I cannot blame them. They are doing their own business. Chinese is not the fault. The question I asked Umai, that bridge, that Lagos-Calabar road, are you saying Nigerians are not good enough, they are not intelligent enough to construct the roads? I can tell you that it's a Chinese company doing it. I'm not sure. I need to do my research more, so I'm not telling you to blame them. But I doubt if it's given to a Nigerian company. And I'm just sitting down here and wondering, okay, even if we now say we don't have them, are we training people in that area? Since you construct road every day, that's what I asked Delta State. The last one that left, that is now accused of 1.3 trillion, Okowa, he said he's a road master. Okay, road master, you've been constructing road. Now this other one continue with the more, to continue more of the road master. But what about the people to construct the road? Are there no Deltans? Are we all dead? That will not bring a Chinese man. And you know what is so sad in the Chinese man that came? It is still the Delta people that will dig the ground. The hard work will be done by us. The Chinese will do the intellectual work. Clap for yourself, Mr. Boriwuri. Clap for me, why I should be part of that your stupid slogan. Let them clap for you, not that decrease. I don't pass that level. That's why I'm in the UK. When you see, Whitney Houston said, when you used to be treated well, you can't go back to bullshit. Let me repeat that. When you get used to being treated well, you cannot go back to bullshit. I cannot accept bullshit governance as governance. Not where I'm coming from. I've seen too much to be there. Ladies and gentlemen, because today is Saturday, for those of you that knows me, it's one of those busy days I have. It's Tuesday, I mean. It's one of those most busy days. Listen, I have to be careful not to touch upon some areas so that I'm not going to offend so many people. But coming up tomorrow, I'm going to look at only one area, education and health tourism, how much it is costing us. I'm going to ask you, don't we have Nigerians to have good education in Nigeria, actually, so that Africans can even start coming to Nigeria to study? Now, Nigerians are actually going to Cotonou. They are going Cotonou here, and they get a degree in 2 years. Now, like Mona talked through, and some of them go to Ghana to get degree. So Nigerian university cannot get degree. All the intelligent people, all the big lecturers we will get for Nigeria, hey, we don't physically get good schools. When would they carry our children, they come abroad, go and look how much it's costing Nigeria. That is tomorrow's discussion. That is costing Nigeria 1.something billion yearly. It don't reach 2 billion now because pants don't go high now. I don't need to tell them I say when the president are here. We're going to discuss that tomorrow. Listen, I'm going to run along now. It's a very wonderful day. I'm happy to be with you. Thank God I'm able to spend an hour and 10 minutes with you this morning. It's not one of those things I take lightly. I want to run along because I have a lot to do. And I want to thank you for joining me. It's 9:10 now, and that is where I'm going to try and end the show so that I will meet up with my other assignment. Thank you very much for joining me. Again, this is Daddy Chris, and this is the African Renaissance Television. This show is called State of the Nation. When you see me, I don't think like everybody else. So my mouth don't speak like everybody else. So I'm not going to speak to the gallery. I don't agree with the press in Nigeria. Because most of the things they're doing, I think, please, I have to have my opinion. It is not always correct, but I will say my own. At my age, if I'm in a meeting, they'll say, Daddy Chris, don't say that. I will withdraw my statement. You can't beat me. I'm bigger than somebody you just take cane and trash. That's where I end the show. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll do this again tomorrow. And then I will be more relaxed. I'll be free and I'll do more things. Today is a busy day. Thank you very much for joining me. God bless you. Bye for now.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today and experience Lagos like never before. Call +234 8143 582856 or +447 438893.
That is either we reform the judiciary, which is allow INEC to be under the judiciary, or we need a world police to police us. Because the activities of our politicians is becoming unbearable. But what is really exciting is the debate surrounding our nation. We're going to be free. Is that we're going to reform